And right after that, he steals a little RC car. Or not RC car, but a car that is battery powered, basically. Like when you used to have them as a kid, and they wouldn't go very fast, but this one apparently goes very fast. And a cop pulls him over, thinking that this is a kid. Fine. That's completely fine. He taps the side of the car, sees the leprechaun, and again, he thinks he has a mask on. And then he tells him to get out of the car. And the leprechaun says some sort of rhyming, and then the cop's like, "Okay, smart ass, get your ass out of the car." What cop talks to what they think is a little kid in the car, in a tiny little RC car, and threaten them with violence? What cop does that? And I know I'm going to get some comments in this saying of recent events, but I'm talking about a little kid. And yes, I know about all of that. Don't agree with it, but I do. Or I know about it. Then the cop gets assaulted by the leprechaun. And there's a running sequence, and you could swear to God it was daylight. They had spotlights everywhere. It was one of those campy, terrible, I mean, like in Friday the 13th, you saw like spotlights, but they weren't bright. These were like huge road lights that were shining and everywhere. And then they had this like classical music playing as the leprechaun chased the cop. And it was just so terrible, and the cop just sat there and done nothing. I mean, like, he just... You don't deserve to be on the police force if you get taken down by a little guy who, again, doesn't have powers. And that's said in the movie. And after all that, he kills the cop and everything. And then Jennifer Aniston and the friends go back to the house, and the house is totally trashed because the leprechaun was looking for his gold. And all the shoes are stacked up in a row, all the shiniest it can possibly be. And what does the buff head say? It must have been a bear. Bears sometimes come down to eat the food. Okay. But the shoes. Explain what kind of bear shines shoes. End scene. And then they finally see that after an accident happens, they finally see that the leprechaun is real. Which I'll get back to in just a minute. And they get in the car to try and run away. And then the kid, who obviously knows what's wrong with the car, why the car won't start, is a distributor cap. Now there's a 18-year-old, possibly a 19 or 20-year-old. Granted, there's a mentally disabled or really dumb guy there. But they let the 7-year-old get out of the car with a dangerous creature out there to fix the distributor cap on the truck. while there's a creature out there hunting them down. While there's a perfectly good red Jeep not 10 or 15 feet away that runs perfectly. Later in the film, it's like, where did that red Jeep go that they couldn't use it with this truck that always broke down? I don't understand that. I could probably make a better film with $100 and the camera that I'm using now, which isn't good. And again, I cannot believe I was scared of this movie as a kid. And then you have them chucking shoes at the Leprechaun, which granted it goes with the Leprechaun movie lore that the Leprechaun was a former shoe shiner, so all of his past obsessions are manifested completely into a totally uncontrollable urge to complete that task. So they're chucking shoes, and then you see the Leprechaun shining the shoes. Shine, shine, shine. It's gotta be shiny. And they keep chucking the shoes. Jennifer Aniston finally gets out of there, and then they find out that the Leprechaun can be killed or destroyed with a 4-leaf clover. But it's not after this huge chase scene, which was awful. It was sped up footage. It was awful. And the 4-leaf clover can kill it. And then you have the kid trying to set a trap for the Leprechaun. Leprechaun sees it going on and then he captures the kid. And which I find weird is that why couldn't he just kill the kid, which is bad. You don't normally kill a kid in a movie. But kill the kid or hold the kid hostage while there's a 4-leaf clover being found to try and kill you. But I guess that's movie plot and doesn't really make sense, but go with it. And then the kid, on a Hail Mary, ironically a Hail Mary, because it's Irish and Catholic Hail Mary, sticks a random piece of gum that we never seen him in the movie have and destroy a 4-leaf clover and use a slingshot that was never seen in the movie to hit the Leprechaun in the mouth. The clover goes in and almost kills the Leprechaun, and then they finally blow it up with some gasoline. And I don't understand how there was sequels. I mean, I understand that, hey, we got money. We can get money by making money. Or we can, if we got the money, then we can make more money from these terrible films. But if a 4-leaf clover is supposed to kill the Leprechaun, then it should kill the Leprechaun. It shouldn't be like, oh, let's have a second, let's have a third, let's have a fourth, let's go to the hood, let's go back to the hood. It's just such a terrible movie. I'm so sad that it's Jennifer Aniston's first feature film. Don't watch it unless you're bored. And I mean bored out of your mind. This has been one of my reviews. I hope you enjoy.